These last few months have been different, right? Working from home, many Zoom calls, social distancing, life has changed completely. And this couldn't be more true for the church as well. Suddenly we can't meet together and we've had to move to online services. I've heard some people say that the church has achieved years worth of change in the space of only a few months. This all sounds great, yeah? Well, not completely. You see, the reality is, a lot of us have been struggling with church online. It's totally different to normal.
For most of us, church is very similar. I'm sure you can remember what it used to be like. And if you don't, maybe you'd never been there before, maybe it's been a long time since you've been there. Let me just give you a reminder.
Wake up!
Huh?
It's time for church!
You what?
It's time for church!
Oh.
Come on, let's go!
Try and throw some food at the kids. Maybe on a special day we'll grab a coffee. We'll head down to church. We arrive at the building, we are welcomed, we say hi, we hug, we chat, we get caught up with one another. We would sit and wait. We're welcomed, there is always an announcement or 7. There's normally some songs that we sing together. We think about who God is. We raise our voices to celebrate who He is. Some of us put our hands up, some of us wave flags, some focus on the words in their hymn book. We pray. We rattle the sky together, making space to talk to God and hear what He may want to say to us. We eat bread, we drink wine, we remember what sacrifices Jesus made for us. We do this as one family. We listen to someone share with us their understanding of a part of the Bible, encourage us, build us up, but bringing us closer together. What could be is the wonder. We sing, we pray some more, and then there's always coffee and cake, tea and biscuits, chatting, just having a laugh together. We meet together just like every Christian has done for 2,000 years. All the believers devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship and to sharing in meals, including the Lord's Supper, and to prayer. A deep sense of awe came over them and they performed many miracles, signs and wonders. That is what the church is. That is what the body of Christ is, coming together, sharing in life as one family. But that's not it right now.
We've had to completely rethink what we mean by church. Suddenly it's caused us to go deep to the very core of the things that we as Christians actually value when meeting together. I've spoken to quite a few people and there seems to be a great sense of loss around some of these things. Singing, uncomfy chairs, free childcare, a hug or a warm handshake. See, in reality, online church just can't provide some of these things. All right, mate.
All right, pal. Fancy a walk down to the beach?
Aye, I'll be there in about 20 minutes, mate. All right, see you soon.
Cool. I have to be honest with you guys, this is my question. Is it okay that I'm struggling with church online? It just doesn't hit the mark for me. I am an extrovert, so part of it is I'm not with people. And I think all of us are feeling that right now. Even you introverts need people around. Sometimes. I'm also struggling to get into singing in my living room. Firstly, my wife leads worship sometimes and she can sing, and I cannot. In the building, at least with the PA and hundreds of other voices, it makes so much easier for me to sing because nobody can really hear me. It's also just hard to get into worship with my 3-year-old.
PowerShell's not working.
What?
PowerShell's not working.
Or the wee man screaming his head off looking for a banana. It just breaks the moment. You know what I mean? I also find it hard to engage with the talk sometimes. Not because anybody's particularly bad, but because of the distractions of the house. Sometimes the internet is buffering, or the camera angle is bad. But mainly it's because I'm a visual learner. So for me, the PowerPoints help. Reading the body language of the speaker helps. And if I don't get the benefit of these things right now, it means I'm missing out. It means I have to work really, really hard with engaging, with trying to hear the teacher, which in itself can be quite distracting. I'm also finding it hard that I'm not getting to share in the communal experience of church. Since I first became a Christian, the community-centred nature of the body, ebbing and flowing as one united family, meeting together under one roof. Joiners, doctors, students, kids, babies, octogenarians, rich, poor, sick, convicts, addicts, taking time out of our week, putting down our lives to celebrate Jesus as one family. United in our brokenness, holding each other up as one family, knowing that we are all in this together. Not just in our building, but across the nation and around the globe. Even as things are easing, it's not going to be a quick change. When will we next be together? Churches are even talking about what the new normal is going to look like. Is the church as we know it ever going to be the same again?
The truth is, none of us know exactly what church is going to look like in the future, but there are some things that we can change right now in our own lives and relationships that can help us through these changing times. Acts chapter 2 and verse 44 says, "And all the believers met together in one place." The first thing we can do together is this. We can invest in relationships. I don't know about you, but in a weird kind of roundabout sort of way, I have ended up feeling probably more intentionally connected during lockdown. Zoom calls, FaceTime, and now social distant meetups. I've probably made more of a point in making sure that I am connected with some of the people that matter to me most. We see in the early church, like here in Acts chapter 2, that the believers made meeting together in the same place a priority. Now, they didn't do this for the sake of it. They did this so that they might invest in relationship with one another. As they worshipped and figured out what it meant to be a follower of Christ. Obviously, right now, meeting together in one place has become a challenge. But the fact that the pace of life has slowed down dramatically because most of us are suddenly a lot less busy. That's meant that suddenly we've got a bit more time on our hands. For me, one of the things that I love and miss about church it's the opportunity to be in the same room, to talk to and to worship with some incredible people. This has challenged me to go out of my way to invest in relationships. And just to take this opportunity to be real with people, to get to know them a bit better, to hopefully let them get to know me a bit better as well.
For me, knowing that we are all in this together, not in the High School Musical way, but the real way. We struggle normally to understand each other's every day. Our lives are normally lives lived separately, but almost overnight we are all in the same boat. Rich or poor, big family or on your own, we were all living the same days. Stuck inside, dreaming of what it used to be like. But when we look at it in Acts, we see that those people seem to relish in their shared experience. They shared everything they had. They sold their property and possessions and shared the money with those in need. They weren't meeting online, but they were meeting in houses all over the place, sharing with whoever was around them. Is that not where we are right now? They were united around the fact that they were all in the same boat. They had a shared purpose. We need to recognise our shared experience in this. Finding people we can share with at this time is crucial. Whether that's on Zoom, with friends, having a beer, or talking to your neighbours over the fence, Tim Allen style, or even an old school phone call. We need to share in our experience as one family, just maybe in a slightly different way from what is normal. Hey pal, how you doing?
So what does that really mean? It means we need to make intentional time with people. The next part of Acts chapter 2 verses 46 and 47 says, "They worshipped together at the temple each day, met in homes for the Lord's Supper and shared their meals with great joy and generosity, all the while praising God and enjoying the goodwill of all the people. And each day the Lord added to their fellowship those who were being saved." Okay, we can't meet together as easily at the moment, but the point is the believers made intentional time to spend with one another. This is becoming easier as lockdown begins to ease, but even throughout lockdown, we've had the opportunity to be intentional with our time.
We've been meeting together on a Saturday night, having a couple of beers together on Zoom, and we've just made that an absolute priority. That is what we do on a Saturday night at 9 o'clock. We spend time together as friends, going deep with one another and sharing in each other's lives.
And I mean, the other thing is as well, see just when you're struggling with it, see to be able to pick up the phone and speak to a friend, see to be able to just have a bit of a rant over the phone about how work's frustrating you, about what's going on in your family life. It's been really, really, really helpful, but also so important just to be able to make intentional time to share with one another.
The truth is that we are there for one another through thick and thin, because that is what family means. If we are truly family, truly one body, we need to be in one another's lives. A Sunday morning catch-up should never have been enough before, and it's definitely not enough now.
So Des, tell me, is it okay for us to be struggling with church online?
Aye, it is, because the church isn't online. It's each of us that are online, and inside each of us is where the church truly lives.